It's the most common and most feared type of dementia or memory loss, and there's no cure.
I don't mind going into a home because I won't care. I won't have any memories left. I'll just be a vegetable. I don't want to get to that stage. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm afraid of having Alzheimer's.
At 82, Bob Murray has mild cognitive impairment, or MCI, an early stage of memory loss. Doctors have warned it may be a sign of more serious problems to come. To protect his brain, Murray says he's willing to take a new, contentious drug.
My doctor said she'd give it to me in a flash.
But she can't. Aducanumab, sold as Aduhelm, is the first Alzheimer's drug approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in 20 years. Health Canada is still reviewing it. But there's a growing list of studies questioning the clinical trial data from the drug company behind it, Biogen, and critical of Aducanumab's dosing and how well the drug actually works.
New data on the tau.
Now, leading Canadian researchers say it should not be approved, at least not yet.
My concern is whether the evidence is sufficient to show that this new drug really does what it's supposed to do.
Dr. Howard Chertko is chair of cognitive neurology and innovation at Baycrest, a geriatric hospital in Toronto. In a consensus statement, he and several Alzheimer's experts say Aducanumab does not meet the accepted criteria for clinical efficacy, safety, and risk-benefit.
We haven't seen all the evidence supporting it, but it appears that it doesn't make Alzheimer's stop or go away, doesn't improve people, it slows the decline by about a quarter.
Which means patients may deteriorate over 4 years instead of 3. To do that, Biogen says high doses of its drug can clear clumps of protein called amyloid plaques from the brain. Researchers believe they start building up to 20 years before the first signs of Alzheimer's. For decades, studies largely focused on removing those plaques and excluded other possible causes.
Most people with Alzheimer's disease have amyloid in their brain. There's been an amyloid hypothesis that Alzheimer's was due to amyloid. If we take away the amyloid, the disease would go away, get better, or at least stop. And this does not appear to be the case.
Jody Peters' wife, Joyce, was diagnosed with early Alzheimer's at 62.
We participated in the study. We didn't get any results back.
She got Aducanumab in a trial. Together since they were teenagers, both had high hopes the drug would allow them to live out many more years together.
When you have that hope, and then when you have something like the FDA come along, it almost gives it credibility.
The infusions lasted 18 months, and there were repeated MRIs to monitor for side effects. Experts say up to a third of patients suffered brain swelling or bleeding from Aducanumab. Joyce was not part of that group, but the drug didn't help.
Having gone through the exercise and seeing how it actually performed, I have no hope for it. So my hope was eliminated by the results I saw.
Peters now visits her every day in a care home. Dr. Saskia Sivananthan is with the Alzheimer's Society of Canada. She wants Biogen and other drug makers to continue their research.
It's been a desert when it comes to Alzheimer's and dementia writ large, and people are desperate.
All right, let's start by walking. We're building healthier brains.
Dozens of Alzheimer's drugs are being tested worldwide, but studies show there are other ways to fight the disease rather than clearing amyloid plaques.
Take exercise, for example. If you follow healthy older adults over time, those who exercise alone have a 40% lower risk of developing dementia.
So every time you hear a sound, I would like you to raise your hand to let me know.
While the dementia link is unclear, brain scans also show that hearing loss may contribute to a faster rate of atrophy in the brain and lead to social isolation.
If you do address your hearing loss, then there's a good chance that you are addressing one of the risks for dementia.
You keep active.
Bob Murray plays golf. He's social and now has a cochlear hearing implant.
Your garden.
His wife Leah doesn't feel aducanumab is worth the risk.
I'm much more cautious, and at this point in time, until Canada does more studies and trials, I would say no.
But Murray says he's seen the ravages of Alzheimer's in his family. If a drug can slow down any progression of his disease, he'll take it.
I'm not a super athlete. I'm not super at anything. But my brain is really very good. Sorry, I'm not boasting. I don't want to lose it.
Living for today, worried about tomorrow,
Good.
and always hoping something will help keep his lifetime of memories safe. Christine Birak, CBC News, Seaforth, Ontario.